Hi, welcome to the second part of my demo of the comparison between the BC Rich Gunslinger Retro, which I have right here in my lap, and the Charvel Dimas SD1, which you see behind me. In this demo, I'm going to try to describe to you the way that the BC Rich Gunslinger Retro feels in my hand. Hopefully you can go to my other demos of this guitar and see how it sounds, okay? I'm just going to describe to you how it came into my possession, how I heard about it, everything that led up to my purchase of buying the guitar, and really how it feels, because that's what you want to know about, okay? These are kind of hard to find in stores, okay? I was cruising around the, the internet, and I heard that BC Rich was going to be doing a, a re-release, a reissue of their famous Gunslinger. I played a Gunslinger once at a, a Guitar Center. It was only one humbucker. And I'm a two pickup kind of guy. I do soloing in my neck, so I needed the two pickups, so I didn't buy it there. But when I heard they were coming out with a model that had at least a dual rail in the neck, I was really, really enthused and really enthusiastic about it. But try as I might, I could not find one of these in a store anywhere. One came up for sale on eBay. It was, I ended up buying it. It was $490. Came with a Funky Monkey Music gig bag. I don't know. I think it might have been a factory second. It has a, I don't think it'll even come across on the computer, but it has a little small smudge on the neck right over here. I think it's a factory second of some kind. Doesn't affect the playability whatsoever. The guitar plays incredibly well. Alright? I've been having trouble describing the neck to people because it's not like a Jackson, and it's not like an Ibanez, and it's not like a, Ernie Ball Petrucci. But like all those, it is thin. It is a very, very thin neck, but it's very comfortable to play on. I played a few shows with this, and, just really, really, really comfortable. I think the only complaint that I can level against it is that, sometimes the bottom edge of the fretboard right here feels a little bit uncomfortable in my hand. It cuts into my hand a little bit, and that can be a little hard. That's really my only criticism I can level against the fretboard. All the frets are filed nicely. It came like this, came set up very well. I have played the yellow Gunslinger. I did find that at a Guitar Center in, played that at, in New Haven, in West Haven. And the frets were not filed very well on that, so that's something you might want to be careful of. I think I just got a good guitar from a good batch. The frets are, I think they're medium frets. I don't think they're jumbo. They're pretty flat. They get flatter as you move up the neck. Maple neck, maple fretboard. It feels really smooth. It has a glossy kind of a finish on it, but it feels more like kind of a satin finish. It's really, really, really smooth. It's really easy to play fast in this guitar. The old Gunslingers, I think their slogan was something like built for speed, and this guitar definitely is a speed player's dream. It has great upper fret access right here. It sounds great, it feels great. And if you just want something that's, I don't even know how to describe the neck, what it feels like to me. It is, it's pretty flat, it's really thin. I'd say it's a good 12-inch radius, maybe. Starts a little bit thinner up here and gets thick up here. In the 80s, I've heard that this was always called the other guitar, that if you didn't have a Kramer or a Charvel, you'd probably have a BC Rich Gunslinger. To get a drink right there, all this talking is, messing with my throat. And when I'm playing this, it sits really comfortably in my hand, and the finish on here makes it really easy to slide up and down the fretboard without any problems. Other than that, if I could describe the neck shape, how it feels, it's a very thin neck. I think the thinnest neck that I've ever played on was the Ernie Ball Music Man John Petrucci, which felt a little too thin for my tastes. It is not as wide going up from here to here as the Ibanez Prestige 2. It is not quite as flat as the Ibanez Prestige. I know they make a model that has the Paul Gilbert model's a little bit thicker. It might be kind of like that. It's definitely not as thick as the Jackson neck. I played a DK2M at Guitar Center, and then I played the yellow version of this guitar, and this neck felt a lot thinner than the Jackson. So maybe I could describe this neck as somewhere between an Ibanez Wizard and a Jackson neck, but it's a lot thinner than the Jackson. Alright, now, as I move along, okay, the body on this guitar fits me well. It has a nice belly cut for my big beer belly. Controls are pretty simple. You have your volume, your selector switch right here, and your tone. I like it. Makes this guitar really versatile. I can go from a nice country kind of a twang to a nice Fender twang, or I plug it into my little micro cube up there behind me, and I'll put it on the Vox setting, and I can get like some nice jazzy, sparkly kind of tones from that. And then I can just like crank on the Marshall setting, or plug it into my 5153 or my Randall, and I can get like a nice metal or a nice kind of like Marshall-y, bluesy kind of a sound out of this. It's a really versatile guitar. I really like it. I like the fact in this guitar, versus some of my other ones that I have, that the tremolo, I can do the dive bombs and stuff on the tremolo. I can push it down, but it's floating, so I can also do the I can like bend it inwards. I don't know what that's called. The pull-ups and pull-downs, whatever it's called. I like that. I can get some cool effects in here that I can't get on my other guitars, and that's a plus for me. But as everyone knows, if a string breaks, it goes out of tune, and then I got to set it up again, and that sucks. So that's one of the big drawbacks about this guitar. I don't think the original Gunslingers had floating trems. You could correct me, I might be wrong. And I think that BC Rich did that to kind of compete with your floating trems that you see around every guitar today, your ESPs and your Jacksons and your Ibanez, and whatever guitars, what else have the floating trem on there. The trem is made in Korea. There are a lot of complaints that, oh, it's a Korean trem, it can't be nearly as good as regular Floyd Rose. I don't have any problems with it. It's just as good as any Shaler-made Floyd Rose or a Ping or your made in Germany Floyds. I know people are going to level complaints against it because they can't say that the Germans make the same product that Koreans do, but in Germany, like I was saying in one of my issues review, or my issues demo for the Charvel, that Hyundai is making cars in Korea now that are getting great praise and great admiration from the automotive press, and they're competing right up against German cars. Same thing here. Great system. It's just being made in another country. So if you're going to level any complaints against it, try it first. Try before you buy, because it really is good, and it really does stay in tune a whole lot better than any licensed under version that I've played. Again, the body is a little square, is a lot more squared than the Charvel. Square here, square here. The Charvel's body is rolled a little bit more than this. It has a reverse headstock. I like reverse headstocks personally. You guys might be different. I find them a little bit easier too, and I can see all of the fret buttons a little bit easier than when they are right up here. That's just my personal preference, my personal taste, okay? I like maple necks, I like maple fretboards. As you see, most of my guitars have maple necks and fretboards. So, that's pretty much it. It really is a dream to play. The neck really is super smooth, super fast. I really enjoy it, alright?